Welcome to Trending Now USA. I am Bella, and today we bring you a major story developing at the Australian Open as the tournament builds toward one of its most anticipated quarterfinal clashes. Elina Svitolina is very serious about her mission in Melbourne, and standing across the net from her will be one of the most electric stars in women's tennis, Coco Gauff. This matchup is not just another quarterfinal on the draw sheet. It is a meeting of experience and youth, resilience and explosive power, calm calculation and fearless ambition, all colliding on one of the sport's biggest stages. As the Australian Open reaches its decisive phase, the tension around Rod Laver Arena and the surrounding courts is unmistakable. The crowd sense it, the players feel it, and the tennis world is watching closely. Elina Svitolina arrives at this quarterfinal with a clear message. She is not in Melbourne to make up the numbers. She is here to compete, to challenge, and to remind everyone why her name has been a fixture near the top of women's tennis for so many years. Across from her stands Coco Gauff, a player who represents the present and the future of the sport, carrying the expectations of fans, analysts, and a new generation inspired by her rise. Svitolina's journey to this point has been shaped by discipline and determination. Known for her exceptional defensive skills, court coverage, and mental toughness, she has built her career on consistency and intelligence. Every round she has played in Melbourne has reinforced the sense that she is locked in, focused, and prepared to do whatever is necessary to advance. There has been no unnecessary drama, no wasted energy. Her body language has told the story of a player who understands a moment and respects the opportunity in front of her. For Svitolina, this quarterfinal represents more than just another match. It is a chance to test herself against one of the most talked-about players in the game, a chance to measure her experience against Gauff's raw athleticism and growing tactical maturity. She knows that against Coco Gauff, nothing comes easy. Points must be constructed carefully, rallies must be managed patiently, and every opening must be taken with conviction. Svitolina's seriousness is not just a mindset. It is a strategy built on years of high-level competition. Coco Gauff, meanwhile, enters this quarterfinal with momentum and confidence. Her presence at the Australian Open has been commanding, marked by explosive movement, powerful ground strokes, and an unmistakable belief in her game. Gauff has evolved significantly, no longer just the young prodigy who burst onto the scene, but a composed competitor who understands how to win at the biggest events. Each match she has played has shown another layer of her development, from improved shot selection to greater emotional control under pressure. The contrast between these two players is part of what makes this matchup so compelling. Gauff thrives on pace and intensity. She likes to dictate with her forehand, use her athleticism to turn defense into offense, and apply pressure early in points. Svitolina, on the other hand, excels at absorbing that pressure, extending rallies, and forcing opponents to hit one more shot than they want to. It is a classic stylistic clash, one that often produces long, dramatic exchanges and momentum swings that keep fans on the edge of their seats. As the Australian Open crowd prepares for this quarterfinal, there is a sense that the match could hinge on small details. Serve placement, return depth, and movement patterns will all play crucial roles. For Gauff, maintaining aggression without overhitting will be key. Against a player like Svitolina, reckless power can quickly turn into unforced errors. Gauff's challenge will be to stay patient while still asserting herself, finding the balance between control and explosiveness. Svitolina's task is equally demanding. She must neutralize Gauff's power, particularly on the forehand side, and exploit any openings with precision. Her ability to redirect pace, change direction, and use angles could be decisive. She will look to test Gauff's consistency, especially in longer rallies, and force her to make difficult decisions under pressure. This is where Svitolina's experience becomes invaluable, as she has navigated countless matches where composure and clarity have made the difference. Beyond tactics, the psychological aspect of this quarterfinal cannot be overlooked. Coco Gauff is used to the spotlight, but the expectations that come with it can still weigh heavily. Every major tournament brings renewed attention, and every deep run raises questions about titles and legacies. How she handles those expectations in a high-stakes quarterfinal will be crucial. Svitolina, having been through similar situations many times, understands the emotional rhythm of Grand Slam tennis. She knows when to stay calm, when to push, and when to conserve energy. The Australian Open has often been a stage for defining moments, and this match has all the ingredients to become one of them. For Gauff, a victory would signal another step forward in her quest to dominate the sport and establish herself as a consistent force at the very top. For Svitolina, a win would reaffirm her place among the elite and demonstrate that experience and resilience remain powerful weapons in modern tennis. Fans and analysts alike are already dissecting potential scenarios. Will Gauff's athleticism overwhelm Svitolina early, or will Svitolina's steadiness frustrate the younger star and draw errors? Will the match be decided in quick bursts of momentum, or will it unfold as a slow-burning battle of attrition? These questions add to the anticipation, making this quarterfinal one of the most discussed matchups of the tournament. The significance of this encounter extends beyond the immediate result. It reflects the broader narrative of women's tennis, where emerging stars and established contenders constantly challenge each other, pushing the level higher with every tournament. Matches like Svitolina versus Gauff showcase the depth of talent in the game and the variety of styles that make each contest unique. As the players prepare to step onto the court, the atmosphere in Melbourne is expected to be electric. The Australian Open crowd is known for its passion, and a match of this caliber is sure to draw loud support and intense engagement from start to finish. Every long rally, every break point, and every emotional reaction will be magnified, adding to the drama of the occasion. For Elina Svitolina, seriousness is not just about focus. It is about belief. She believes in her preparation, her game plan, and her ability to compete with anyone on the tour. Facing Coco Gauff in the quarterfinals is a challenge she embraces, not one she fears. Her calm demeanor and measured approach suggest a player ready to fight for every point, no matter how long the battle lasts. Coco Gauff, on the other side, carries the energy of youth and the confidence of recent success. She thrives in big moments and has shown time and again that she is not intimidated by high-profile opponents. Facing Svitolina is an opportunity to prove her growth, to show that she can adapt her game and outthink as well as outplay an experienced rival. As the Australian Open continues to deliver high-quality tennis, this quarterfinal stands out as a defining clash. It is a meeting that captures the essence of the sport, blending athleticism, strategy, mental strength, and emotion. Whether it turns into a straight-set showdown or a marathon contest, one thing is certain. Elina Svitolina versus Coco Gauff will be a match that resonates long after the final point is played. This is not just about who advances to the semifinals. It is about statements, about momentum, and about the stories that shape a Grand Slam tournament. Svitolina's seriousness and Gauff's ambition collide here, under the bright lights of Melbourne, with the tennis world watching closely. From Melbourne Park to fans across the globe, anticipation continues to build as these two remarkable athletes prepare for their Australian Open quarterfinal. The stage is set, the stakes are high, and the narrative is compelling. This is women's tennis at its finest, where every match is an opportunity to redefine expectations and inspire the next chapter of the sport. You are watching the story unfold on Trending Now USA. I am Bella, and this is the Australian Open quarterfinal everyone is talking about. Elina Svitolina, serious and determined, set to face Coco Gauff in a clash that promises intensity, drama, and unforgettable tennis.